Clearly the most important question, have you figured out how this Patriots situation is going to work out? Do you maybe get one of the monitors on while you're fighting, or how does that work?
I know in the middle of each round I'm going to have to get a play-by-play update, what's going on in the game. I'm excited to get out. We'll be live streaming it as soon as we get out and balancing that with post-fight interviews, hopefully.
The way it works, will you watch the start of the game while you get ready, or do you have to pull yourself completely away?
No, I'm not jumping in until I can get glued to it for the rest of the game. So even if it's just the second half, but I'm excited about it, man. Ariel's got a lot of heat coming his way with the Patriots. I know he's a big Bills guy, and that's unfortunate this week.
A lot was made, obviously, of this year away for you, right? I mean, from your point of view, valuable, would have done it differently. How do you take this last year?
Just as it comes, could have gone either way. In our head, we were kind of sitting back for probably 6 months. That's what the doctors were saying on the suspension, and we're not trying to rush back in, man. And then the second half of that year layoff is just timing. We were trying to work our way back in, but the timing wasn't right. It wasn't working out. And here we are with a matchup January 15th, almost a year to the date.
Yeah. Is it a fight that you go back and watch it all? I mean, do you watch it once and then say you don't want to see it again? Or is it one that you looked at a lot? I mean, what did you think of that fight?
Just look at it as much as I want to. It's really, it didn't work out my way. But like I said, man, I finished that fight the way I started, on my own 2 feet. Props to Max. He fought a hell of a fight. And I definitely walked away from that fight with, an understanding of kind of what he was doing and things I'll take in with me for not only this next fight, but future fights, And I look forward to a round 6 with the uncrowned champ.
Obviously, he's an all-time great, but, I mean, was there any part of you that, felt a little disrespected by some of the antics that he was putting on there?
To be fair, I did say something in the pre-fight, which, 5 hours in the gym doing interviews. Eventually, you're going to spit out something that, they like. But, no, it was nothing but respect for Max, man, leading in. I know he was kind of getting a little bit there, but I've seen the guy post losses, Dustin Poirier, going over, shaking, the opposing family's hands. You know what I mean? He's a class act, man. Him and I get where he was going with it. I mean, it is what it is, as he would say. But, no, it's all good. I think he's a class act, a great representation of being a champion along with the current champ. And there's only a few guys I feel like in this division that carry themselves that way and that fighter mentality, taking on all competitors, and they want really just the stiffest competition. They want the top dog, and I respect that.
In fairness, we kind of all thought the same thing, that he just latched onto one line that you said and really made that the story.
I mean, everyone's catching on to that, who's the best boxer in the UFC. I mean, who really gives a shit? This is mixed martial arts. You know what I mean? Yeah, you could box, but, I mean, there's elbows, there's knees, there's there's everything, man. I mean, and if you want to talk about who's the best boxer, I mean, everyone's got everyone's card at some point. So it's just musical chairs at this point,
So they give you the matchup with Giga. Is this somebody that you had been watching his rise? Is he somebody that you thought, I bet we're going to match up at some point?
Just aware of it, obviously, but anybody who can go 7-0 in the UFC, they're doing something right. He's found a way to win, but I just feel like I'm a different caliber opponent than he's faced, and I feel like I got the tools to beat him.
Is it boxing versus kickboxing?
It's everything. Like I said, it's mixed martial arts, man. So however I got to get it done, I'm down. In the last fight, I probably could have showed a little bit more diversity, especially when things weren't panning out too well on the feet, but sometimes just that dog in you comes out and you just get in that exchange. So who knows what the fuck's going to happen, honestly.
I dig it. This title scenario that was all playing out this week, did this impact you at all? I mean, you think, are they gonna pull Giga? Are they going to change things? I mean, did it mess with your preparation or focus at all?
No, not one bit, man. I can't really control that, so I try not to put too much energy into it. Only thing I can control is me and my opponent, and Saturday night, it's coming soon, so for him to be focused on anybody else would be a big mistake.
All right, last thing for me, I guess the goal here, obviously victory, but I mean, is this about getting back into title talks again and making sure, or is it just kind of starting again, I guess?
Just about getting my hand raised. My mindset getting into the UFC was if you keep winning, they can't deny you. I believe I was 16-2 before getting in here, and not asking for it. working for it, and that's my mindset. So, my mindset's just getting my hand raised this Saturday night, and that'll put me one step closer to the ultimate goal, which is getting that title around my waist.
Hey, Calvin.
How you doing?
Good, man. How are you?
Great.
So, I mean, it's been a year, and, I mean, seeing those highlights for a year, I guess, did you become numb to it, or did you just kind of, like, ignore it?
Neither. You guys care about that shit way more than I do. It's funny. It's only a thing if you make it a thing. I mean, it happens. On your way to success, setbacks happen. It's part of the recipe. But like I say, man, when I fall forward, and I fall into another main event. So I don't like to really reference it that most, but I mean, Ortega coming off his loss with Max, bounced back off a big W, he fought for the title. In MMA, this happens. This is in boxing, and shit happens. You get back on the horse. Only way to get over something like this is to go out and get your hand raised, get a W. It's like I was getting over a girl. Find another. Go get your hand raised, man. It's the only way you get over it. Go out and get another rep.
And I've heard that you have a very bitchin' sports memorabilia collection.
Do I? I don't know. What do I got? I don't even really know. Maybe just a bunch of my old shit that I bagged up some of my old gloves, man, thinking I'm going to put them in a trophy box or something like that at some point, put them on the wall. Fucking all moldy. I was like, shit, I shouldn't have tied it so tight. I should have left some air to get in that thing. I got to fucking throw them out. That's my memorabilia.
And then finally, I just wanted your thoughts on the Volkanovski versus Ortega fight. What were your thoughts on the fight and the performance between both of them?
Champ, got a strong W. Ortega was in the fight, and such that round that he threw up the submissions. It was a great matchup, a great showing for the featherweight division, and I'm excited to hopefully share the octagon with both one day.
Awesome, thank you.
Yeah.
Just on a conversation of memorabilia, I once had a boxing glove signed by Foreman, Ali, Tyson, Holyfield, Lennox Lewis, 5 other champions, left it in the sunlight, and all the ink faded off it.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's what I mean. So do you ever look back at that glove, and or do you just not look at it ever again or ever think about it?
I have it.
It's like
with the certificate
right?
saying it's been signed with no ink on it.
You ever think about it again, or do you just... do you just mess with yourself?
Sometimes I like to eBay how much an individual signed glove goes for and think about what I could have had.
Making me sick for you.
This media day is over.
I love it. Yeah. Good? Yeah, thank you all.